Hey everybody, this is Mark Wills. You're watching The Spiel, and this is Backstage Pass.
I'm Jason Pinkston, and this is your Backstage Pass.
And we'd like to welcome everybody to Backstage Pass on The Spiel. Today our guest is Mark Wills and drummer extraordinaire from Marion, Illinois, Bryce Williams.
That's right.
How'd you all hook up?
I needed a drummer. The guy that was in my band, they played together downtown a lot.
Went to college together.
Went to college together, and it was one of those deals where he had just left Lady A and was just kind of scurrying around, looking, playing downtown, doing stuff like that. And I'm a drummer, so I'm very difficult on drummer. His first rehearsal was a show.
Oh, wow.
We had a show in Nashville, and
You really trusted this guy, huh?
No, I didn't trust him. I trusted the guy that hired him, But it was one of those deals where,
You didn't meet me till that night.
I never met him.
Yeah.
Did he
So,
have everything good?
It was great. So much of this stuff looks like it's very well rehearsed and all that, when in actuality, for a lot of us, we like for it to be sporadic, spontaneous.
Yeah.
And Bryce came in and just nailed it.
And now you can't get rid of him, or how?
Yeah, that's right. And that's been the beginning of how many years now?
8.
You know, the first time I ever heard your stuff, I went to Mercury Records down there and I sat at Larry Hughes' office. He said, "Julie, sit down because we have got this new guy on the roster that is, gosh, he's going to go somewhere. He's going to be huge." And he played Jacob's Ladder for me.
We have, throughout my career, been very blessed to have a lot of big songs. And people ask a lot of times when we do stuff like this, they ask, what would you change? What would you change in your career if you could? And the one thing that I would do is, early on in my career, I put the emphasis on the music. I didn't want it to be about me, because I wasn't somebody that wrote all my own songs. I felt like I was a much better song picker than I was songwriter. So I always put the emphasis on the music. And I think that's been the one thing that's sort of been detrimental to my career, is that people know the songs, they don't necessarily know who Mark Wills is. And
When you're picking those songs, Mark, did you have the final say, or was it that corporate thing?
Early on, yes. And then when it started sort of transitioning, no. And there were several songs that we recorded that I wasn't a huge fan of, or I didn't think sounded like a Mark Wills song. But I was a team player.
Right.
So, but the songs that people will hear at this show and that they hear in our shows, those are the songs that I love. I mean, I would say a good 95% of the music that we ever recorded or that were ever singles were songs that I felt like truly represented who I was.
And you know what? You've got to love those, because you do them how many years now? Every night, 2 or 3 times a week.
Well, for Jacob's Ladder, I've been singing that song every show since 1996.
Right.
You have to love it.
You have to love it, right.
You have to. It's like, it's like one of your kids. You've raised it. Bryce will tell you, everybody up here, the drummer, piano player, the guitar player, the bass player, I mean, we all love our job. Bryce sings as much as I do. He just doesn't have a microphone in front of his face.
You know what?
Watch the show tonight, and he'll be sitting back there.
You know what? I've seen videos that he posts when y'all are at the Opry.
Yeah.
He sings every word. Tell us about the future. What's going on?
We've actually taken a different direction for the new music, and that is that the guys in the band that play it night after night, I wanted them to be the ones that are playing it on the record.
That's awesome.
I really felt like there was a part of our country music right now that's not being represented.
Yeah.
The 90s, the 80s, the 90s country is there's nobody really representing that.
No.
And so that's kind of what we're doing. We're going to go back and we're going to find some great songs. We've found some great songs, and we're going to cut them and get out there and promote them.
That's awesome.
And just and let the guys that are doing what they're doing now, let them do that. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about country music. It's always, if you go back to the, I was talking at the Opry last night. If you go back to the 50s and 60s and the 70s, there were some great times in country music, and there were some times where it just, it just didn't kind of feel right.
Right.
I'm
I think we're there now.
Yeah, I'm a huge Ronnie Millsap fan. But you know what? Ronnie Millsap was a pop singer before he was a country singer.
Right.
And a lot of those songs that he put out on the radio that we think of as great country songs were really ahead of their time. It's okay for the Luke Bryans and those guys to do what they're doing. It's okay. That's the great thing about our industry.
Everything's welcomed.
Right. What we're choosing to do is sort of throw it back a little bit and make some of those great songs, great melodies, great lyrics, and great musicians playing it, not having a computer do it for you.
Right. Haggard or Jones?
Both. Say both. Say both.
Both.
You would have to,
You can't choose.
Mexican or Italian?
Italian.
Okay. Creamy or crunchy?
Creamy.
Okay. And then boxers or briefs? Look at you.
Boxers.
Okay. Not boxer briefs. I get that a lot.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Can we get close to this? What is that on there?
It's just a pattern.
Oh, I thought it was like little Eskimos. Okay.
No, it's not Eskimos. I wouldn't wear little Eskimos on my drawers.
Haggard or Jones?
Both.
Mexican or Italian?
Italian.
Creamy or crunchy?
Crunchy.
I want you to tell us something that nobody knows, and there's a lot of reading on you out there.
I'm a big softy. I love my guns. I love to hunt. I love all of that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm a big softy. Like the first time I heard the Luke Combs song about, being gone, dude, I cried. I mean, I cried.
You're sensitive.
I'm a very, very sensitive person. Music is what moves me.
I don't know where I was at, but it was an anti-bully rally. And they started with your song, which I'm sure you've heard that story many times.
Yeah. We've had songs that have literally been impactful on people's lives. And, I guarantee you that, and I say this in the show sometimes, I guarantee you Garth Brooks never got, had a Sunday school class send him a video of Friends in Low Places.
I'm positive on that.
Positive that never happened.
Right. But then you've got videos.
We've had kids, we've had autistic kids, we've had Down syndrome children, we have, Sunday school classes, choruses. That's cool. That's
That is
cool
really
that you have
cool.
a song that you were sort of the voice of and the person that pushed that out there. Truth be told, Mercury did not want to release that as a single. And there was a lot of battles we fought over the years with songs that I felt like represented me and represented my fan base and who I was that they didn't want to push.
I hear that all the time.
Yeah. 19-something, believe it or not, was an argument over not releasing that as the first single, and I was like, you're crazy.
So did you ever give when it did real good?
Yeah, that's what got me dropped from the record label.
When you did that little face thing.
Yeah, when I went, see? And they're like, hey, you're gone. I was like,
Okay, intimate. Bryce, what is something none of
wanna
us
hear this.
know?
I am a closet, huge Michael Bolton fan. I don't know if that's a secret or not. Yeah.
You know what?
I don't know if that is or not. I don't have anything.
I was until he put out those Toyota commercials at Christmas time. Do you remember that?
I do remember those, yeah.
Did you like those? I shot the TV with my gun every time.
The guy can sing. I mean,
he's a great singer.
He is a
man,
great
he's
singer.
great
though.
singer.
Great singer.
And he's hot.
Well, I wouldn't go that
I'm not
far.
going
but yeah.
Nothing about Michael Bolton that I'm like, no, he's hot.
He is hot.
All right, get a good close-up of that when I'm ready. Oh, he's hot.